My name is Janet Henshaw, and I am your health and wellness advisor at Nexel. So what this Tuesday night call is all about is to share with you the benefits of our product, how it works within the system. And this is your chance to send in emails with questions to me, and that's going to be at janet@nexel.com. You can send me questions. I will respond to those. During the webinar, you can also ask me questions, and I will answer them at the end. So please feel free to do that. Some people said the last one was a little bit fast, and so I'm actually going to go over a little bit of the endocannabinoid system for you so that you get a little bit more, because I have a tendency to speak a little fast and go fast. The endocannabinoid system was a medical discovery, and you know, the thing that's so valuable about this, it actually has been known about since 1895, but the discovery really started to unfold in 1992. And that's when they really started to look at what was going on with the endocannabinoid system and what was the value of that system to our bodies. Well, they learned about the CB1 and CB2 receptors. Each one of these receptors works with a different area of the body. But basically, we're looking at appetite, pain sensation, mood, and memory. One of the most important parts is this ECS, which is your endocannabinoid system, regulates a variety of biological processes. And each one of these, relaxation, feeding, sleep, inflammatory reactions, and even cognitive function, are responsible for the entire optimal function of your body. And that means that everything that we do, every bit of our health is related to the endocannabinoid system. And with the inability to actually have the cannabinoids for approximately 80 years, it has made a huge difference in what is happening with people's results, and that's why it's becoming so talked about in the industry. You know, according to a study in the Public Health Institute, 92% of cannabis patients agreed that cannabidiol treatments works for them, although CBD oil is superior to cannabis. And so that's a huge statement in itself. They're saying that CBD is superior to the medical marijuana. There's also a study published in the British Journal of Clinical Pharmacology found phytocannabinoids possess the following medical properties. They reduce nausea, vomiting, suppress seizure activity, they combat psychosis disorders, inflammatory disorders, neurodegenerative disorders, tumor and cancer cells, anxiety and depression disorders. And so when you're really thinking about what's going on here with this endocannabinoid system, this is one of the most important aspects of our bodies, and we really don't talk about it. We understand our immune system and our nervous system. We understand the hormone balancing, but all of this really directly relates back to the endocannabinoid system. You know, one of the things that we forget is that cannabinoids are not only just the anti-inflammatory, but they actually block cell growth, preventing the growth of blood vessels that supply tumors and antiviral activity, relieving muscle spasm caused by muscular sclerosis. You know, we hear about MS a lot, and we've heard about that from a lot of different people, and it's really rampant right now. Well, when you have something as simple as CBD that can suppress the spasms, that is incredible. What a statement it is. And so it really works with every aspect of your body. You know, 100 different cannabinoids, okay, in the plant. Well, and THC is one of those cannabinoids. CBD is the most abundant and the most understood. So when you really think about this, cannabinoids are a class that are unique to the cannabis plant. They mimic our own body's endocannabinoids. So our body actually produces cannabinoids to help with our endocannabinoid system. And that is why you see that there's some people that are healthier than others. And that is due to their diet. Because when you really think about what we ingest and the foods that we eat can support what is going on with our endocannabinoid system. So if you're drinking coffee, eating chocolate, drinking flaxseed milk, eating spinach and green leafies, if you're taking echinacea, then you have a much greater advantage and a much better opportunity of staying well. The cannabinoids control diabetes, cancer, and whether you survive a heart attack or not. It's critically important to understand this new science. Okay, a lot of people are fearful of it because they don't understand. But remember, they actually started studying these back in 1895. So when you think about our processes, cognition, memory, anxiety, motor behavior, sensory, autonomic, and neuroendocrine responses, glucose metabolism, and insulin resistance. That's really important. You know, the CBD really supports what's going on in the pancreas and helps diabetics like crazy. So when you really look at what we have here with this product that we're taking that we call CBD, it is one that can give your body all it's been looking for years. You know, there was a survey that included parents with treatment of resistant seizures. And what that means is these are children that have been taking medications and the medications are not helping their seizures, but 84% of the parents reported a reduction in their child's seizures with the CBD oil. So that's a really big statement just in itself. If we can just even help with those seizures in our children, it'll make a huge difference. Now, everyone understands that we are legal in all 50 states. And this is based on not only Farm Bill 7606 from 2014 that was changed again in March of 2017, but we are in full compliance with the state of Colorado with the federal compliant law. So that means because we are a phytocannabinoid-rich product, we can actually ship this product across state lines. So when you look at some of the other CBDs out there, they can't ship across state lines. It's really important to understand this. And with the 100 different chemical compounds, these are the most important ones. Your CBC, your CBD, your CBDA, CBG, and CBGA. Now, a lot of people have asked me, they've said that they have a CBD that's 94% CBD. That's really fabulous, but then they do not have the added benefit of the CBC, the CBG, the CBN, the CBDA. That is approximately 10% of what we have in our product. Those interact really well together. And the CBD works for inflammation, epilepsy, non-epileptic seizure disorders, nerve pain, chemotherapy side effects, multiple sclerosis, chronic pain, anxiety, diabetes, arthritis, IBS. And we know this. Now, understand that CBD is non-psychoactive and aids in all of these areas. Now, when we say it aids in the rebuilding process that can take bare minimum of 3 months. So they have to make a commitment of being on this product. It can't be a 1 week or even a 1 month. It really does take a full 3 months. Now, CBN, this is one of 3 cannabinoids that really help with MRSA. And if you've ever had MRSA, you definitely want something to get rid of it immediately. And I have experienced that when I went into a hospital. You know, it eases the symptoms of patients with degenerative neural diseases. And when you really understand what degenerative means, it's the breakdown of the motor neural system. And if we have a neurological breakdown, then we're noticing more senile dementia, Alzheimer's, and other issues. CBN may be the most sedative in all cannabinoids. This is what I really love, is that if there's anywhere between any CBN in the product will actually be equivalent to 2.5 to 5 milligrams of pharmaceutical sedative diazepam. And diazepam is also known as Valium. So we understand what that is. That's a sedative. Okay. And so if you can get that in a natural product, CBN, I think there's some value there. These are just little tidbits of information. I don't want you to know them. I just want you to understand that you have something here that is so, so big. And I want you to be aware that you can share this with so many people. Now, in 1982, CBG, okay, killed different types of bacteria and fungus. And so that's another really important one. People don't understand some of the values here, but CBN is also known for reducing the intraocular pressure in glaucoma patients. It's an anti-nausea, it's an appetite stimulant, relief of inflammatory bowel disorders. And we know because we've got a gal who actually had IBS. She said after 3 days of being on this product that she noticed a change in her symptoms. But CBG is the most potent pain reliever out there, and it's even more potent than THC. So you've got to take a look at some of these things, and I'm going to explain in just a second why this is so important, okay? In 1998, the Korean researchers found that CBG was effective at slowing growth of cancerous cells in the mouth. A lot of people have throat cancer and mouth cancers and different things. And so if your CBG can help with that by taking just a capsule morning, maybe in the afternoon, or a tincture at night, I think that's a whole lot better than some of the other alternatives. But most recently, the British Journal of Pharmacology found that CBG has a mild anti-tumor effect in prostate cancer cells. And we know that right now, prostate cancer, it's rampant. You talk to people, and I can't even believe it, but I spoke to 5 men, and 3 of them had had prostate cancer. That's a huge number. So once again, we can do this. And I'm going to teach you how to do some really simple retention enemas, and we're not going to talk about that tonight. But if you have prostate cancer, it's something that you definitely want to understand. Antidepressants and mood stabilizers. In 1975, CBG prevented the uptake of amino acids that help regulate mood. The amino acid in question was GABA. GABA is what we use for our children with autism. It is one of the most incredible mood regulators. You can take a child that is having an autistic outbreak and give them GABA, and in just 15 to 20 minutes, their whole mood changes and they normalize. Now, CBC, this one is really cool because it helps you grow new brain cells. Now, we've talked a little bit about senile dementia, but if we could actually regrow the brain cells and help your body to rebuild, I think this is incredible. So this is helping so that you don't have to worry about the Alzheimer's. Now, there's some other things that I would suggest as well, but if you're just a little concerned, this one is absolutely amazing. It's an antifungal, anti-inflammatory, analgesic, antidepressant. It's a neurogenesis stimulator. So this really helps to stimulate the brain, which is important. Now, we talked a little bit last week about, okay, I'm going to try to get this right, entourage, okay, effect. And my Canadian isms actually come out. I heard that tonight, and I had to giggle. But we add terpenes. Now, that is the combination. The entourage effect is the combination of the terpenes and the cannabidiols actually in our CBD. So I'm just showing you 7 terpenes here, and we use a range between 1 to 4% in our CBDs. But the pinyon is the most common naturally occurring terpenoid and acts as both anti-inflammatory and bronchial dilator. Now, if you look at these different terpenes and understand what they can do, this is where we're talking about the fact that when you have terpenes, then you might not need the THC. The whole plant extract is a term used to describe extracts containing the full spectrum of the therapeutic compounds and cannabis has to offer. And these include the cannabinoids and the terpenes. So we're just scratching the surface on what we're talking about here in relationship to terpenes and cannabinoids and the opportunity to really make some major changes in your health. Now, I want to tell you a little story. You know, Terry came over today, and he's only 40 years old. And he was talking about how, you know, he's in good health, he works out, he runs, you know, he's fit. He eats fairly well, and I'm saying fairly. But the one thing that he said is, I don't notice any difference when I'm taking the CBD. But guess what? He ran out. And on day 3, which is what today was, he noticed that his teeth were hurting a little bit, and his body wasn't quite as youthful as it was. So even someone like Terry, who believes that he's the epitome of what we call health, still had some issues in relationship to his body and what was going on. So you need to understand, no matter how healthy you believe you are, you really don't know how healthy you are until you get off of the CBD. So even taking it for 1 month, it can make some major changes. But when you get off of that CBD or you run out, that's when you notice the difference, if you're paying attention. So tonight, I'm hoping that this gave you a little bit of information regarding the endocannabinoid system in a little bit slower method. I am here to answer any of your questions. I'm janet@nextcell.com. So please give me a call or send me an email, and I will respond to you if you have questions related to any of this. With that, I hope you have an absolutely fabulous evening, and this was a little bit helpful for you so that you get a better understanding of what's going on. And we've got so much more to learn. So please come on Tuesday nights. Join this webinar. It's only going to be about 20 minutes every night. And right now we're just at 18 minutes, so we're all right. And I thank you for your time. Thank you for joining me. Join the Energetic Balance Facebook page. Have a beautiful evening and good night for now. Bye-bye.